What if the reason most people stay broke has nothing to do with their income and everything to do with invisible patterns running in their minds? The truth is that millions of people earn enough money to build wealth, but something keeps pulling them back to zero. This is not about laziness or bad luck. This is about psychology. In this video, we are going to explore the hidden mental patterns that keep people financially stuck for their entire lives. We will uncover why your brain might actually be working against your wealth and what separates those who break free from those who remain trapped in the same cycle forever. By the end, you will see money through a completely different lens. The first psychological trap is something called learned financial helplessness. This happens when someone experiences repeated financial failures or grows up watching their family struggle with money. Over time, the brain starts believing that financial success is simply not possible for them. It becomes an identity. They say things like money just slips through my fingers or I have never been good with money. These statements feel like facts, but they are actually beliefs that were installed through repeated experience. The dangerous part is that once someone believes they cannot succeed financially, their brain stops looking for opportunities. It filters them out completely. Two people can look at the exact same situation, and one sees possibility while the other sees nothing. This is not imagination. This is how the brain's reticular activating system works. It shows you what you already believe to be true. But here is the part most people miss. The second psychological pattern is the poverty of awareness. Many people who struggle financially are not aware of how money actually works. They were never taught about assets, liabilities, cash flow, or how the wealthy think differently. Schools teach algebra and history but rarely teach financial literacy. So millions of adults enter the world completely unprepared for the money game. They earn and spend. Earn and spend. The cycle continues because they do not know any other way exists. They are not stupid. They are simply uninformed. And the system is not designed to educate them. This lack of awareness creates a ceiling that most people never break through because they do not even know the ceiling exists. The third trap is emotional spending. Money is deeply emotional for most people. It is tied to safety, security, status, love, and self-worth. When someone feels stressed, anxious, lonely, or bored, they often reach for their wallet. Retail therapy is a real phenomenon. The brain gets a dopamine hit from purchasing something new. It feels good in the moment, but the relief is temporary. The credit card bill arrives and the stress returns even stronger than before. This creates a vicious loop where people spend money to feel better about problems that were often caused by spending money in the first place. Breaking this loop requires awareness of emotional triggers which most people never develop. The fourth pattern is social comparison. Humans are wired to compare themselves to others. This served us well in tribal times, but in the modern world, it destroys wealth. People see their neighbors buying new cars and feel pressure to do the same. Social media amplifies this by showing highlight reels of luxury and success. The result is that millions of people spend money they do not have to impress people they do not even like. They finance lifestyles they cannot afford because appearing successful feels more important than actually being successful. This comparison trap keeps people running on a treadmill chasing an image rather than building real financial security. The fifth psychological barrier is instant gratification bias. The human brain is wired to prefer rewards now over rewards later. This made sense for survival in ancient times, but it sabotages wealth building in the modern economy. Building wealth requires delayed gratification. It means choosing future security over present pleasure. But the brain fights this constantly. $1 today feels more valuable than $10 in a decade, even though mathematically the opposite is true. People who build wealth have learned to override this default programming. They have trained themselves to find satisfaction in watching their assets grow rather than in immediate consumption. Now, here is something important to understand. None of these patterns make someone a bad person. These are default human tendencies that exist in all of us. The difference is that some people become aware of them and actively work to counteract them, while others remain on autopilot their entire lives. Awareness is the first step toward change. The person who recognizes their emotional spending triggers can start building healthier coping mechanisms. The person who understands social comparison can consciously opt out of the game. The person who learns about money can start seeing opportunities everywhere. Knowledge combined with self-awareness is the combination that breaks the cycle. It is also worth acknowledging that systemic factors play a real role in financial outcomes. Not everyone starts from the same place. Some people face genuine barriers that others never encounter. But even within challenging circumstances, understanding psychology provides an advantage. It allows people to maximize whatever opportunities exist in their situation, rather than unconsciously sabotaging themselves. The question worth considering is which of these patterns might be operating in your own life. Are there beliefs about money running in the background that you have never questioned? Are there emotional triggers driving spending decisions? Are you chasing an image rather than building real security? These are uncomfortable questions, but they are also the doorway to change. The psychology that keeps people broke is powerful, but it is not permanent. The brain can be rewired. Beliefs can be changed. New patterns can be formed. It simply requires bringing the unconscious into conscious awareness. And that journey begins with a single honest question. What is really driving your relationship with money?